Hello, welcome everybody to Amateur Radio Roundtable. I'm Tom, W5KUB, and this show is all about ham radio, amateur radio, and even shortwave listening. And if you're a shortwave listener out there listening on international shortwave tonight on WBCQ 7490, we would love to hear from you. Please send us an email and let us know where you are and how you're hearing the station. You can send that email to tom@w5kub.com, tom@w5kub.com. Want to invite everybody to join our Facebook group. We got a great Facebook group that follows this group, and it's all about ham radio and shortwave electronics. Just type in W5KUB in Facebook, and that'll pull it up. Or if you want to type a long name, you can type in Amateur Radio Roundtable, and it'll bring you to the same place. So please join our Facebook group. We've got about 13,000 hams in that group now, and it's growing every day. We're probably rejecting about 100 people per day just because they're not answering the questions, or they're a little, they just don't meet the mold for what we think might be legitimate people. So there's a lot every day to try to get into the show here, and we watch that, or try to get into the Facebook group. If you will, hit that subscribe button down there. I put that subscribe button on there a few months ago, and would love for you to hit that. That helps us to get YouTube to promote our show. So please hit that subscribe button right there, and if you will, hit the notify button, and when we come on, it'll notify you that we're coming on. And a lot of times we may come on during the middle of the week with something special or something new. So hit that if you will. Well, tonight it's just me and Glenn. We're going to try to hold down the shop tonight and do the best we can. And I just got back just a couple hours ago. I went with our church group up to my hometown. They went and had lunch at a little famous cafe up in my hometown, and I went with them. They were the senior group. I wasn't a senior. I feel like I'm a junior, So, but I went with them, and we had a lot of fun up here and getting to see my hometown. And actually, when they drove the little bus around, I got to kind of be like the narrator. This is where I lived, and this is where I lived, and this is where I lived, or whatever. But anyway, we had a lot of fun there today. So, Glenn, how you doing today, man?
Well, I actually went back to work for the first time since essentially Dayton, and did absolutely nothing. Occupied my cubicle, made it look good, and but I have been going just flat out working on the next book and projects and my Huntsville forum. I've got a lot of things in the fire. How do you want to call that? Got a lot of irons in the fire. There you go.
Yeah.
Again, I can't talk about just yet. Just a lot of cool, interesting things hitting me out of the blue. But now it looks like somebody else wants me to write a book for them, or a series of books for them.
Well, you're going to end up in your old age just writing books, man. When are you going to start having fun?
Matter of fact, I just made a statement a little earlier this afternoon. While I am preparing for retirement, I will bust my tail. And it's all about feathering the nest for retirement. When I retire, there's no more tail busting.
All right. Well, that's a good attitude to have there, man.
I may write, but it's going to be recreational.
Yeah. All right. Well, very good. Well, one of the interesting things that happened this week, we launched, and many people have been following us, we launched W5KUB 112. It was a new balloon that we launched, and we actually have kind of set a record for altitude. We've been flying at between the 50 and 51,000 feet, or 50, 53,000 feet, somewhere up in that area. And nobody else has really flown up there before. Didn't know if it would hold together or not, but it looks like everything is together. The ants are holding it together. We had a problem yesterday. It did not report yesterday. I think we launched on Friday, and we got 0 reports yesterday when the sun came up. And we thought we lost it. That's typically what happens. It goes down during the night. You never see it again. But surprisingly, it showed up today over Mexico. And what's happening is normally, let me show you some pictures here. So let's look at the jet stream real quick. You know, the jet stream, as you get out toward the outer edge, the winds slow down. So right in the center of the jet stream, it could be as high as 140 to maybe 250 miles per hour. But as you get to the edge of the jet stream, it starts dropping off pretty good. We're above the edge of the jet stream right now at about 50,000, 51,000 feet. And because of that, the wind's moving about 4 miles per hour. So we're not going to try to set a goal of going around the world here X number of times because at our altitude we're flying, it's going to take a long time to go around the Earth. Now, if everybody that's been following us knows, most of the winds, there's a picture of the jet stream here across the U.S., and you can see the jet streams typically, they go east. And that's typically the route we take through that jet stream and across through Northern Africa, Middle East, China, Japan, and back to the United States. And those winds right there can get up right now. They're in 125 to 150 miles per hour. The problem, and I don't know that it's a problem because this is where we wanted to be. We wanted to break the ceiling of 45,000. Most Pico balloons won't fly more than 45,000. So we're above 50,000, and because of that, let's see if I can get winds. Because of that, we're in some winds. Believe it or not, the winds are going west. So when you get that high, we have lost the jet streams heading east at 150 miles an hour. Now we're down to westerly winds at about 4 or 5 miles per hour. But that band of wind does go all the way around the Earth in a westerly motion. So I'm not
say, has anybody gone around the world backwards?
Well, I don't know. I'm sure somebody probably has. Now, I don't even know if we will do it. I would suspect that we're gonna change, get into some different wind patterns, and we will probably end up heading back to the east. If you look at the prediction that we were flying, there it is leaving Memphis, and you can see the balloon in the Gulf. That's where we lost it, in the Gulf right there. And you can see the prediction was taking us in a big circle back to the U.S. That's where that's where NOAA thought we would be coming back to, back into central U.S. there. But the latest NOAA high split that we've got now, look, this is what they're telling us now. So that's a real interesting pattern. So we're not sure what's going to happen. We're going to head that way. We're going a long ways west, believe me. This is not typically the way we would go. When we got down into the Gulf yesterday, we were surrounded by a lot of storms down here. I don't know, is there a hurricane or something down that way right now? Or
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think one's coming. So
last week.
So these are cloud tops here, and the arrow there actually points to our approximate position 2 nights ago where we were, and you see all the red around us. Those storm clouds are as high as 45,200 feet. So you can see if we're flying at 43,000, that would not be good. In fact, even at 51,000, that is not a great altitude to be to avoid 45,000 cloud tops, because that wind those storms can suck you down into them. So that's where we were when we disappeared, and there was a major solar storm, flare, or whatever yesterday, and it was very, very powerful, and the HF bands just pretty much stopped working for about 8 hours. And so that may have caused us to have an outage yesterday. Also, at that altitude, not much UV up there, and we get bombarded with, protons and all those kind of tons, Can you name another ton there, Glenn? Protons, neutrons.
You've got electrons, protons, neutrons.
Yeah.
Gamma rays, and
gamma rays. We get pounded with all that stuff, and of course, we don't know how well our shielding is in these components to prevent them from being destroyed.
I don't think that they're NASA rated stuff. Yeah.
No, they're not. They're not. They're really not. So we were lucky. We showed back up yesterday. We showed back up today. Actually, when I was eating lunch, I thought we were down for the count. And
yeah, I did too.
When I was eating lunch, I got an email, and they said, "Hey, 112 is back up over Texas now." So there we were. There's the last we saw it at a little over 50,000 feet in the Gulf when it went to sleep. And then, hey, next thing, it pops up right there over Mexico, heading south at 50,000 plus. So,
yeah, the ants just must have been in the mood for tacos.
Yeah. And I understand also, one of the things that I've noticed is our solar voltage is fluctuating, going up and down on this thing, and I don't know why. We are, I think, right now getting a lot of dust storms from the Sahara that has come across the Gulf and going into Mexico. So it could be we're getting in some high dust clouds up there, which are blocking some of the sun rays. You
could also be going so slow that you're getting fluttering and stuff down on the solar cells.
Yeah, it's real hard to say what's going on since we're not up
at
there.
200 miles an hour, it's pretty much aerodynamic, streamlined, and going to stay in one place.
So I'm not sure what this means. Typically, the end of those predictions there, the end of that little green, all those are 80 hours out. So look at that. That's saying that we're 80 hours out from where that balloon is to the edge, to the west coast.
Not going very far.
Yeah, that's 80 hours of flying right there. So you can see we've got some pretty slow winds out there right now. But our goal right now is to experiment with this new 50,000 foot altitude and see how long we can stay up. I'm not too concerned with going around the world right now. I'd like to see this thing stay up, 5, 6, 7 months. So that's kind of cool. Where we are. Here's a quick video of the launch. It's about a minute video, and I'll show you. We had a pretty nice day when we launched it. So here we go. All right, we've got W5KB 112 here. We're gonna try to get it. The wind's starting to pick up, but there it is right there.
Have I got the slack out of the string?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me when you're ready.
I guess just let it go anytime. There it goes.
We got a good launch.
So you'll notice the balloon is pretty much empty. It's probably about 20% full or less, and of course that's because we've got to do that to keep the balloon from exploding. So all that's measured down to the gram. All the gas lift is measured to gram.
I can't even see in my camera.
So if we just filled it up and let it go, it wouldn't last very long. Maybe 10 minutes.
Where'd it go?
So that was kind of what the launch looked like yesterday or Friday. Let's see if I got anything else here. I think it's all this. We've redesigned our tracker, and we've put a lot of improvements into it. We added the little break-off board on the side. We've got LEDs on there that show us the GPS lock. It flashes every 1 second with the GPS lock. We've spaced the parts out where we can use 0603 parts now, which are a little bit larger parts. I'm still putting the 0402 tiny parts on there. The board is a thinner, and the board is lighter. In fact, I think the new boards are 0.6 millimeter, and we've got some new 0.4 millimeter boards coming in to try. We took some parts off here we didn't need, and we've added some parts that we felt like it needed. For instance, static discharge on the antennas. In the summertime, we're going to be flying out there in the summer, and there's going to be a lot of electrical storms in the air, and we needed to bleed off all that static electricity on that 34-foot antenna, so we've incorporated that. So that's kind of where we're going with it. Got a cough coming on here, Glenn.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see what's in the. Let's see what you're saying in the chat room. If there's anything here.
No, not a whole lot.
Well, yeah. Dr. Slav says there was a solar storm. Yep. Not sure if that was what affected us or not, but it surely hit hard on the day that we went missing. And we were already building up 113 ready to go in the air. And today we came back up, and that was great news. Let's see. YouTube says they're not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So I don't know if any of you guys are, most of you guys getting our video okay. YouTube thinks there could be a problem out there, and I'm not sure why. Everything.
Mark P wants to know if this board has your call on it.
No, I did not. We removed it. If you look here. You can see that it had the call there, but no, I'm taking that off. We're not going to be flying our call. I think I have crashed a tracker before on a Russian military base in central Russia. I don't particularly want people contacting me. I'd rather lose it totally. And you know, in today's world, let me tell you, Glenn, as little as that thing weighs, it's feather light. If it fell in Atlanta, Georgia on somebody's BMW, they would claim it scratched it, and they would contact me, and they would probably sue me for what, $1,000 repair, so.
Oh, that's what insurance is for.
Well, I'm not sure I have insurance on flying ants around the world right now,
the ants' families would be kind of upset if you don't have life insurance on those guys.
Yeah. Well, we're taking care of them. Believe me, we've got a secret package for the ants, but they're well treated.
So the ants get paid and stuff, and people like me, we don't get paid.
Yeah. Well, and the ants, to make a little extra money, the ants always mail a bunch of envelopes in the mail the day they launch, which would be worth a lot of money if they crash and die. So they always do that. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what else is going on here. Let me look at the chat room and see what's going on. We're going to open the phone lines up early tonight, guys, and I invite you guys to join us.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all have been watching Katie's feed on Facebook. They've had some wicked storms out there, a lot of hail, and they were saying that the north part of Yellowstone National Park is closed because of flooding.
Yeah, and landslides. I saw a lot of landslides out there. It shut down a lot of the roads.
Right now.
It's pretty tough out there. So hopefully they're doing okay there, and hopefully Katie will be back with us next week there. If somebody mentioned the sugar cubes, they have a good supply of sugar cubes, the ants do, and especially, and we got a message channel that we talk to them with, and when they were right in the middle of this storms here with the 45,000 foot clouds, we had them throw 3 sugar cubes over to gain a little bit more altitude, and they did that, and that got us down to the minimum number of cubes that we needed to keep aboard. So the plan was, and if we were going down, it looked like if we were going down or if we needed to reduce some more weight, the plan was for one of the ants to parachute down after we got over land, but we didn't have to do that, so we're okay there. Let's do this real quick, and then we'll be right back, and we'll do a few more things here.
LDG Electronics provides state-of-the-art antenna tuners for every amateur need. From QRP to QRO, fixed stations, portable and remote, an LDG tuner will match your radio to your antenna using our lightning-fast, proprietary tuning algorithms. LDG is a family-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing innovative, quality products to the amateur market. All LDG products carry a full 2-year warranty that is fully transferable. Support is only a phone call or email away. We're always here to help you. Visit us on the web at ldgelectronics.com.
Be a field day leader with ICOM. Field Day is ham radio's most popular event and is just around the corner. It's June 26th and 27th. More than 40,000 North American hams come together to operate remotely. Contact with nature, contact with friends. With a powerful and high-quality ICOM base station easily cut through the pileups to get that contesting edge, our popular IC705 portable, the IC7300, and the IC7610 SDR transceivers are the clear choice for DXers and contesters across the globe. The IC705 is a perfect transceiver for hams who enjoy both the great outdoors and indoors. Our Field Day. It's a portable package covering HF 6 meters, 2 meters, and 70 centimeters, and is weighing in at just under 2 pounds. It has a 4.3-inch touchscreen with a live band scope and a waterfall. It runs 5 watts with a battery or 10 watts with a 13.8 volt DC power supply, integrated GPS with antenna and GPS logger, and the speaker microphone, the HM243, comes standard. The IC7300 is a high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design that will far exceed your expectations. This innovative HF transceiver digitizes RF before various receiver stages, reducing the generated inherent noise in different IF stages. It has RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large 4.3-inch color touchscreen, and real-time spectrum scope. The IC7610 is the SDR every ham wants. This high-performance SDR has the ability to pick out faint signals in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. The ICOM IC7610 is a direct sampling, software-defined radio that has changed the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. It has RF direct sampling, 110 dB RMDR, independent dual receiver, and dual digital select. For more information, visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur. All right, well, we're back. Glenn there is reminding me that Field Day is June the 25th and June the 26th. Now, you're going to a cat show, right?
Yep, that same weekend I will be in Huntsville, actually staying maybe a mile or so away from the Huntsville Field Day site there at the Space and Rocket Center.
Yeah, I don't have anything planned for Field Day here. You know, some of the groups I've been going to are kind of boring, man. I don't know. You know.
Well, next year I'll be doing Field Day again, so
yeah,
you can come on down to us. But this is the Demon's last show, so we're going to take them to Huntsville and show that weekend, and that will be probably the last time in a long time that I'll be missing Field Day weekend for a cat show.
Now, where's the cat show going to be? Is it in it?
It's at the JC Center near the Huntsville airport.
Okay. All right. So get it out there where all those jet engines can kind of make the cats kind of
No, it's
stay
really
alive.
quiet.
You know?
It's a nice little recreational
Yeah.
facility they've got there. Nice little place for a cat show. It's a fun little show. It's just the weekend traditionally is one of those sweltering hot weekends. It's like you're in the middle of the Sahara.
Uh-huh. I'm going to publish the Zoom link and the telephone. We'll open both up tonight for people. Let me grab it here. So here we go. This is going to be, you can call in on a telephone tonight, or you can click on the Zoom link and join us. Let me get the phone lines up. Now remember, guys, we can handle up to 1,000 simultaneous calls, and you guys never, ever get close to that. I don't know what's going on here, but I'd like to test the system.
I'm not sure you've ever made it over 10.
I'd like to
5.
test the system out tonight and see how close to 1,000 we can get. I think about the telephone system, I have the ring turned down, so if you call in, I may not see you for a minute unless I look over there on that monitor over there. The phone system is going to be over here, way over here on the side over here. Let's see who that is right there. That's Adam. We'll let Adam in here. All right, so let's see. Well,
There's many Adams standing behind him.
yeah. Trying to get the phones up here. Might take a minute. Here we go. All right, I think the phone lines are up. I will also put I'll also put the phone number on the screen here where people can see it. I've just got way too many buttons here to press. Let's see who that is. That's Charlie? I think Charlie.
Yeah, we're not hearing your audio there, Adam. There you go. Now your audio's coming up.
Let's see if I can get the phone number on the screen here. New phone number. There we go. I think that's showing up. Yeah, that's showing up there. All right. So, hey, guys, you can call out on that phone number right there and then hit the code when it asks you for code. Type in a 407-051-pound. Or if you're a young person, that's the hashtag. Something's beeping here. I have no idea what it is. So, hey, I forgot to mention this, guys. I mean, hey, and I've got a lot of people that have mentioned me. They told me they're glad that I kept my shirt on. But, hey, look at this, man. Look at there. I didn't even know this was going to happen. But there you go. I'm Mr. September. I am Mr. September there in the CQ magazine. And even made the back. Look, it made the back cover. Look at that, man. Well, see if I can change.
That was pretty impressive. That's a cool little calendar.
Yeah, it is. It is. So I guess I'm going to have to keep my calendar. I mean, how's this work, man? Do you have to keep it on September all the time, or?
Well, I've kept my ARRL calendar in the office on May.
Yeah.
And it's going to stay in May until August when Rodan gets on the cover.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So who we got? We got Charlie. We got Adam in there tonight. And Charlie, is that all we got? How you doing, Adam? Say something, Adam. Unmute your mic,
He's still
Adam.
trying to get his audio connected up.
Okay. He'll get it. He'll eventually get it here.
Yeah, Adam, you might want to look at the audio selection tab next to the mute button, that little up arrow, and select the microphone if it's
That's
not
down at the
selected.
bottom, isn't it?
Yeah, bottom left.
Yeah, bottom left down here. Mute button, arrow up, and you can select your.
Yeah, now it's showing you're muted.
Yeah. How about Charlie while he's working on it? You there, Charlie? Where are you, Charlie? You home?
Hello. How are you, everyone? Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah. Where are you?
At home, but no camera here with the. I'm on the desktop computer, so.
Well, okay, tonight, this is about the third time you've done this, Charlie, so we're going to give you 5 demerits tonight for not having a camera, okay? Do you know what a demerit is down there in Uruguay?
Well, I guess I understand.
You don't get a gold star.
You don't get a star. We take a star away, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So tonight you're going to get minus 5 demerits.
Okay.
Or maybe, or is that plus 5 demerits? Let's see. Minus 5.
If it's a
If you get
demerit,
plus 5, you get plus 5 demerits tonight.
It's plus
Charlie.
5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because -5 would be gold stars.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm getting all kinds of comments on my calendar here. I've thought about taking the shirt off, but
No.
I left it on. Let's see who we got here. We got Bill trying to get in.
Adam, you get your audio figured out yet? Showing you as muted.
We got somebody.
there.
We do have somebody on the phone.
There you go.
Let's see. Somebody is on the phone. Who's on the phone? Wait a minute. Somebody's on the phone. Hello? Hello? All right. The guy in the 956 area code.
Don't even know where that one is.
I don't know.
Yeah, the W.
Wait, I think I hear somebody.
It was like WB5B
Oh, is it?
down in Texas.
Let me see if I can get a little audio.
Correct.
Well, I don't know why you're so weak. Why the audio's so low. Let me check one more thing here. Talk to us a minute. Well, that's not good at all. Am I hitting the right button here? Let's see. Phone. Yep, I've got the right one turned up.
His audio is way down there.
Let me try the mic level here. See what. Select sounds. I'll probably get the next guy. He'll probably be real loud,
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Let's see. Recordings. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. You said that was WB5B, I think.
Yes.
Hey, if you will, WB5B, if you will, try to call back in that number, if you will. I think we've got a connection issue there. If you don't.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you got the one bad connection out of 1,000.
Yeah.
Put the access code and the number back up, okay?
It's up. Let's see. Select levels. Let's see.
Oh, yeah,
Select
it is. It
properties.
is. Hold on. Okay.
It's been a while since I've done this.
I want to say hello to that young man there. Yeah, that guy there,
Yeah,
Adam.
the little guy with the Fortnite shirt.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. I live north of Boston in the state of Massachusetts. Do you know anything about Boston? Yeah, well, let me tell you something. Do you know about Boston? Oh well.
I don't know what's. Okay.
Well, he's listening through the delay.
Yeah.
I can hear that.
Somebody is.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to let him listen. I'm on the headset.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody has the video on from the show, so if you will mute that, please.
That's me. I apologize.
Okay. All right. So, hey, how you doing? How are you?
Yes, ask how you are.
I'm doing good.
Well, good. Glad to have you tonight. Where do you live?
Where do we live?
Iowa.
Iowa. Man, you're way out there. Iowa, man.
Yeah, I have to use my headset so you guys don't come through and bleed through, but using my microphone on the headset. Or using the microphone on my camera. and the speakers are my headset, so he can't hear, so I have to relay.
Okay, now are you on a telephone right now?
No, I'm on Zoom.
Okay.
On Zoom.
Okay. The person on telephone, are you back with us?
Yes, this is WB5B again.
Okay.
There you go.
I think we're hearing you now. How you doing, WB5B? You hearing us okay?
Yes, we are. And yes, we're seeing the balloon on
On
20
APRS.
meters.
Yeah.
The first 2 days, we saw the balloon on 20 meters.
Okay. Well, it's still up. You should see it today.
Yeah, but evidently the 20-meter range is not good or something.
Well, I think we had a solar storm yesterday that just took all communications out. We got nothing from it yesterday, and we're back in business today.
Man,
Oh, right now, I am getting very good whisper results on 20 meters,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not. Well, of course, it's dark now, right?
Yeah, and we're not
it's just
and we're
dark
not
here.
transmitting during the nighttime hours. So it only transmits in the sun. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll be looking at it again tomorrow morning when it gets light out.
All right. Well, good. Hopefully it's up tomorrow morning. I'm hoping.
Well, you know, at 50-something thousand feet, that sun's going to get up just a little bit earlier than it usually does.
Well, I don't know.
Couple minutes anyway.
Well, it's definitely going to be stronger once it does get up there. You know.
I mean, 50,000 feet is doing pretty darn good.
So Mark is saying today it was being heard in Australia, so that's doing pretty good. You know, that little 10 milliwatt transmitter, that thing is running less power than your garage door opener. And for it to go from Mexico to Australia, that's probably 7,000 miles at least. That's doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
even though it's winter down there.
Yeah. Also being heard in Hawaii. There's a station in Hawaii though that always picks it up. He's got some great antennas, and he always gets it down there.
Well, we could do with winter here right now. It was up to 96 today.
Oh, hush your mouth.
It was yeah. I mean, I don't
get
know.
in my car and it's 106
Yeah.
on the pavement.
Well, I have a friend that I served with on Midway Island, lives in Olive Branch. He's driving to Massachusetts because he says it's too damn hot down there.
I'll probably be hanging on the roof. It is way too hot. Yeah, so I don't know. I've never been a fan of this heat, and we're going to be in that little heat wave for at least the next week or so.
You have air conditioning?
Yeah, and I even have one of those automatic setback thermostats.
Uh-huh.
And let's just put it this way. It will not get the house to the set temperature probably until about 10 or 11 tonight. And then it shuts off when I go to work in the morning. And it can't keep up with these temperatures. And it's working great. It just can't. It's undersized for the house, for one thing. But I mean, it's hot. Let's just put it that way. It's just hot down here.
It kind of makes you not want to do anything outside, you know.
No.
Antenna work. I've got
Don't wanna go
antennas.
outside.
I got some antennas I need to work on, and I just don't
So
want to
do
get out
I.
there.
But I get home and I
Do
just
it.
grab the mail from the mailbox and run inside and wipe off all the sweat from just running from the car to the inside.
Yeah.
Well, we ought to ask Mark P. It says it's 80 degrees out there in Ohio.
Well, I hear the space station's active, pretty active right now on 2 meters. If you guys got a handy talkie or anything, you can probably talk to an astronaut if you pull the schedule off and watch for it. They're getting pretty
And
active.
down in Mexico, where the balloon is, according to my weather thingy here, says it's 93 degrees. So it's a good thing.
I look like a little green man down there.
Yeah, it did.
Look like a gummy. Gummy, what do you call it?
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, the ants have their sugar cubes and tequila, so they're pretty well set.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Chris said about 106 yesterday near Austin.
Yeah, that's just too hot.
Yeah.
I'm used to it as a truck.
I went through basic training down in San Antonio in
Oh Lord.
in the wintertime in January. I don't remember it being cold down there, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Man, that was pretty nice, you know. All right, guys, let me put that phone number up there again. If you want to get a few more people in here on the phone, this is the phone number to use right there. Or you can click on that link and you can join us on Zoom. And for everybody out there listening, especially on shortwave, this is Amateur Radio Roundtable, a show about ham radio, shortwave, amateur radio. We're glad to have you tonight. Thanks for joining us. And you can watch the show live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at w5kub.com. All right. So, Charlie, you working on any new projects lately?
Oh well, no. I've moved my it's my my lab from one place, because here at home I cannot put my lab, which I also make some repairs for a part aside from my daily work. I make some repairs and stuff that I have to do for work too. So I do it in my lab, which also has like it's where I put all also my hand tools and everything. So I have everything like together there.
Yeah.
So I've been moving that, and I have a lot of things. It took me a long time to take everything.
I'll give you guys a tour here of what I'm dealing with here. When we moved to this house is bigger than my last house, but my ham shack got smaller. For instance, on my workbench, I had to cut 10 feet off of my workbench, and so I'm pretty crammed up there. I'm gonna give you a little tour here of the shack and the studio. Let you see it. I'm gonna try to do it here. Let's see. Maybe this will work. Yeah, this will work. Let me do this 1 second. Get it all kind of lined up here. Okay, so this will be, let me see if I can do it. This is actually the studio we're in right now. You can see we have multiple PCs running for the show. And our sound equipment over here, and our wireless systems, and our compressors, and equalizers, and so forth. If we go across the room, you'll see the workbench over there. You'll see the workbench. And I've got a few studio lights running in here, so you can see the lights are kind of blinding us. This is my messy. I should have cleaned it up. This is my operating position there. Let me get behind the light. So that'll be. I can't tell if I'm aiming the camera.
You're good.
Right or not, but this will be my ham radio operating position. And hey, how you like my desk right there? That's a homemade desk. Those are the bottom two bases are just plain old like kitchen counters, kitchen cabinets. And I cut the little bottom off right there, that little 4-inch lip on the bottom. So I've set those in there, I stained them, and I put me a top on there, and made my desk. So back around here, you can see pretty messy. I hate showing you my messy stuff here. And then you get over here to. Here's my remote base. I actually used this when we went to Dayton. This is my remote base right here. I can turn on and operate from my phone or from a tablet right here. I do have satellites also set up here, but my rotors are stuck right now. So I need to get my rotors down. And you can see, to do the show, it takes a lot of cables. You can see them. And hey, about every month I straighten all the cables up. I have great cable management, you can tell. I straighten all the cables up and make them really neat. And a month later, this is what they look like. So that's kind of a little tour of the place here.
Yeah, I'll have to do that with the lab one day.
Yeah.
Let you see where the magic happens.
Yeah, we'll need a tour there one day soon.
Yeah, maybe we'll even get Godzilla in the shot. You don't hardly ever get to see her.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Close the door, Glenn.
No, that's this one. This one cannot stand a closed door.
She'd break it down, huh?
Well, it's like you're constantly throwing a bowling ball against the door.
Hmm.
And it's kind of like, it's easier just to open the door than it is to deal with it any other way, because the noise is just, sooner or later she's got to take the thing off the hinges.
Of course she will.
You know, her sister should figure out how to use the handle.
Oh, well, she's smart enough.
Pop the lock, you know. She'll pick the lock and open the door that way. Oh, she's the smart one. This one's the brute force one. Thank God it's that way, though, because the other way around could be trouble.
Yeah.
Because Godzilla's 22 pounds of bowling ball.
You know, I guess I should announce we have officially transitioned into the after the show. So, Amateur Radio Roundtable is kind of going off for the night. We didn't have a whole lot tonight. Sorry about that, but we're now in the after the show. So here's where we always have a good time right here.
Yeah, I mean, I've been building like crazy, but it's just nothing I can show right now. It's all in piece parts. I mean, I built like 2 projects for the book this week. Got them all finished up and packaged and photographed and stuff, but, you know, they're over on that side of the room, and they're not in any shape to be brought over to this side. Let's see. I say that. See what kind of pictures I have available.
Man, I tell you, I don't know how gas is where you live, but it's starting to get pretty expensive here. Even when we went to Dayton, every time I'd fill the truck up, it was over $100. Man.
Oh gosh!
You know, I think I need to go get me a few cans of gas from our lawnmower and everything. So I'll go fill the truck up and get me some gas cans filled. I bet that's going to cost $150.
At least.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
The gas here has always been very expensive compared even to, of course, compared to other places, and even of course to the U.S. But I think now the U.S. caught up with us, and I think the price of gas is the same or even higher in some places in the U.S. compared to here in Uruguay.
Well, we're trying our best to pass you. We're working very hard to do that.
Problem is that income here is lower.
All right.
So gas for us, it's really like you have to think twice every time you have to travel somewhere.
Well, I'm doing that now.
Charlie, I got to ask you a question now. Are you talking about metric system, or are you talking about imperial system?
I'm converting in my head.
What is it a liter?
A liter is
$2.16.
Here in Uruguay. Yeah, it's about because I use diesel fuel. So.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
You'd be paying $6 a gallon up here, there, Charlie.
No, yeah, but the diesel fuel here it's cheaper than gas.
You know, I heard this the other day, and it's true. Gasoline right now is more expensive than cocaine.
Yeah.
It'd be cheaper just to buy cocaine right now and run fast everywhere.
Yeah, that'd work.
Yeah, here in Iowa, I think gas is $4.89 and diesel's about $5.49 a gallon.
Yeah, it's about that here.
So what happened? I remember when I was growing up, diesel used to be cheaper than gas, and now it costs more. I wonder.
The premium gas price is $2 for the high quality one and for high octane one, so it's $2, and that's $2 per liter.
Yeah.
And a gallon US, it's a US gallon 2 liter. US gallon 2 liter. Yeah, so it's $3.7.
$7.60 a gallon.
Yeah, he's definitely paying more.
That'd be 3.8 liters.
Yeah, and Tom, the reason for the shift for diesel for us was during the 73 Arab oil embargo and the prices started going up. That's when everybody decided to jump to diesel because it was so much cheaper than regular gas. And then ever since, the diesel has been creeping up, and it's no longer the cost advantage that it was at that time. But you've got so many cars out there running diesel, and people are still running that old mindset of it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah, well, what about that?
Worse.
What about back in the day there when you could only buy gas on a certain day because of your license plate?
Well, let's go even further back and go into the gas wars in the late 60s and 70s.
Oh,
when you'd have a gas
29
station
cents a gallon.
No, hey,
cents a gallon kind of
when
deal.
I was in college, I could buy a gallon of gas for 16 cents a gallon
Exactly.
during the gas wars down here. 16 cents a gallon.
I remember I got my first car, and it was in 1973, and that's right when that oil shortage hit, and my gas went from 30-something cents a gallon to 70-something cents a gallon. This is a teenage kid trying to get gas for date night, and you just doubled my cost of date night.
Well, it's simple, man. You just go around to all the gas stations at night when they're closed and drain the hoses. Just put the hose in, lift the hose up. You know, you can get about, you can get a pint every hose you lift up,
Yeah. Go by every pump and just shake it and get the drops, right?
Well, that happened to me once. I was driving in Argentina. I went from Montevideo to Buenos Aires, and I was already in Argentina. I crossed through a bridge north of Uruguay, and I was coming down, and I've calculated that I needed to fill my tank midway from crossing to Argentina to Buenos Aires itself. So and suddenly I started seeing that all gas stations. No, sorry, I went into one gas station and the guy told me, no, the delivery trucks are on strike, so we are out of fuel. And I told him, it's only it's all up to up to the capital. There's no gas anywhere. So I started crying to the guy, and he said, okay, let's try. So we got an empty bottle and started going to all the pumps, and started getting
you drain the hose.
Yeah, out of each pump, and I got about 3/4 of a gallon, something like that, which enabled me to reach the Buenos Aires. So that was really cool. I tried to do the same thing here. I've run out of gas here in Montevideo once, and I said the same thing. I walked to the gas station, which was like half a block away, and I told the guy, please, I don't know for what reason. I know, he told me the same thing. We are out of gas, he said. And I told him, okay, here's a bottle. Let's try. Give me, I don't know, 1 liter. With 1 liter, I'm okay. No. Oh, come on. No. He said. And that's it. So I had to take an Uber and go home. And
Yeah. What were you going to say, Glenn?
I was going to say, if you'll let me share my screen, I've got a couple pictures I can show
Yeah, let's
here.
do that. Let me turn that on. Yeah, you got it.
All right, let's see. Which one do I want to? Here we go.
Let's see.
There we go. That's the Code Practice Oscillator project. The original version of this just had a 16 character by 2 line LCD display, and we've upgraded this to a multiple line color TFT display.
Now, is that what it's sending? I mean, why don't you put? I like
it's sending random CW.
Yeah, I like to do 5-letter random groups.
It could do that. I mean, this was just send it random.
I would think you'd get very tired in copying that without a space between each.
Well, actually, you do, but it also pushes you, and it really pushes your speed up much quicker than the 5-letter groups.
Well, that's the way I learned code back in the early 60s. I recorded
me too.
5-letter, just random letters, because you can't memorize them. 5-letter groups. You could play that tape over and over and over for 5 months and never really memorize it,
This was actually the second most popular project in the original first book. Totally surprised me that so many people were using it to learn CW.
And the nice thing about doing that is it identifies what letters you're not getting.
Right.
And you can
look
practice,
at the screen and you're like, that's the one I missed.
And then you can make you a practice tape with just those letters, man. You can wear them out.
You can change the SketchUp and have it do whatever you need.
Yeah.
This is actually the electronic top side of that board. And you can see how quick and easy a lot of these Arduino projects are. I mean, there's the Nano. There's a level converter to convert from 5 volts to 3 volts for the display. There's a LM386 amplifier, and then a 7805 5-volt regulator. And then the header connectors here are for the power connection, the speaker, the potentiometers, the thin film display. And that's how I patch everything together. And then they all fit inside one of those plastic boxes, and you see how everything just shoehorns in there real nice. I've got one of those little 3/4-inch size speakers, and believe it or not, that thing's quite loud.
Oh yeah, well, especially for code, you don't need a lot of quality.
Oh, it's really nice.
And
then there's the thing all finished and closed up.
Well, that's cool. There are a lot of neat ham radio projects that you can build.
That's the new lightning detector module. And a couple random things here.
Hey, go back there. Go back one picture. Go back one. No, go back the other way. One more.
It's slow. Hang on.
Okay.
That one?
Yeah. What is that?
That is the ESP32, I believe. That's Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
On the board.
Cool. That looks about the size of a tracker.
Yeah.
Here. Pretty small.
And then, let's see. Yeah, that's the ESP32. There's my foot pedal arrangement for contesting.
Boy, you only got 2 feet, man. You got 3 pedals. What goes?
Come on now. The left one is actually, I tie these into the Yaesu 450's voice memories. The left one sends recorded memory 1, the right one sends recorded memory 2, and then the middle is my push to talk.
Oh, man.
So it's kind of like driving a car with a clutch.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And then there's a different type of foot switch. This is a project that I have been looking to work to get into ARRL. Let's see what other photographs I've got buried here. That's a close-up of the level shifter. You feed it in 3 volts on the left side, and it shifts it up to 5 volts on the right side, so you don't over voltage any of the components, because 90% of your components these days are the 3 volt components, and yet the older Arduino stuff is 5 volts. This is the underside of that board, so you can see how everything is actually soldered and assembled, and why I do it the way I do, because you can see how relatively quick and easy and organized it is there on the bottom.
Well, hey, IOL in the chat room's got a good idea, man. Hey, why don't you use those foot switches to send code? You know, one for the DIT and one for the DA, you know, and make
theoretically you could
electronic keyer, and you can just set. You could be eating with your hands and everything, you know, and sending code, man. You know, da. You know.
Yeah, theoretically you could. That was actually the lightning detector. One thing you'll notice, I'm not sure I got a good picture. Yeah, here we go. Oops, let's go back. You see on the side of the chip here how it stands off from the board. That is actually a piece of the header socket that is cut down to size. That's a single inline SIP header socket.
Yeah.
And that way I build my own little sockets for the Arduino and all the chips, so that I can pull and replace these in case I burn something out. It's not a
are those pin spacings? Are those pin spacing the same as a IC socket, or are the pins too big?
Yes, they're the 0.1 inch, 2.54 millimeter spacing.
So you could actually put a socket there, right?
Yes.
If you wanted to. Okay. Cool.
As a matter of fact, if you go all the way back to that CW generator, the LM386 was in a standard socket.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, there's what the lightning display actually looked like when it's going off. And you can see how this was, I forget what I used this in, but this was in the Magic 8 Ball. This is the actual guts of the Magic 8 Ball. You can see how tiny it all really is. There's the wiring. And there's what your display looks like.
You know, pigs can fly. Anything can fly as long as you put enough thrust to it.
Right. So anyway, that's some of the photos we got going on.
Well, that's good, man. And, looking forward to your next write-up on all that.
Yeah, cool. Well, I mean, that book is targeted for December delivery, which means it should maybe be out in time for Dayton next year.
Oh, we got any 6 meter operators? Man, I used to love 6 meters back in the 60s.
Oh gosh, I still love 6.
6 is picking up right here, and I'm starting to hear stuff every day on 6 meters. And you know, it does not take much of an antenna for 6 meters, man.
No, I've got a 3-element beam at the top of the tower for 6, and I dearly love it when there's a 6 meter opening.
Yeah. My 40 meter delta loop actually resonates on 6 meters. But
I bought the MFJ 2 meter 440 6 meter beam arrangement.
Okay.
And that works out. It's like a 4-element beam on 2 and a couple elements on 440, and then it's got the 3 elements on 6, and that's not my primary 2 meter antenna or 440 antenna, but it does real well for a secondary 2 meter or 440 rig, because I got a pair of 2 meter 440 rigs over here that are on all the time, and then I've got my 991, which does FT8 and 6 meters until I get the new monster wired in. And
have you even opened the manual for that monster yet, Glenn?
No, I have not.
I'm just curious, that's all.
But she has.
Oh, I'm sure she it's going to be on it.
She's already connected the key and everything. You know, she's run the antenna into it. you know.
Oh, Lord.
Oh yeah.
Gotta watch out for Rodan.
Oh yeah. She's claimed it as hers. It is clearly hers. But yeah, the talk in the chat room, the way that the lightning detector works is the antenna is enabled at all times unless it detects lightning, and then it will close a relay contact, which gives you a normally open, or let's see, you have a normally closed on the relay contact, so it energizes the relay, which opens up your antenna connection, and it keeps it open until their lightning has not been detected for an hour, and then it resets and re-enables the antenna. And that's all automatic in the code.
Now, do you have any type of alarm or anything? You know, a siren?
No audio alarm, no. But I have that red. The screen changes to red as you saw on that display. And like I say, it'll reconnect after an hour of no lightning detection. So it's going to assume the storm has passed after an hour.
Yeah.
So it's and again, you're talking a very inexpensive project that can protect your rig and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of, I did something here for my remote base. When it's turned off, it disconnects the antennas and grounds them.
Right.
Because, I mean, if I'm out away from the house or something and the antennas are hooked up and a storm comes up, I'm not here to unhook them. So, and I figure if I'm operating, I'm going to know if a storm's coming up in the area, most of the time. So that works out pretty good for us.
Yeah, but as a general rule, like me, if I was used to be out on the road a great deal, and I have too many antennas to disconnect and stuff, so that was painful, and that's what gave me the idea to put all that together. Now it's automatic. Because that one contact can drive multiple antenna disconnect relays. And Tim Toast, it's using the AS3935 lightning detector module. And basically, it's a smart 500 kilohertz receiver chip. It's a single chip receiver. It uses one of those little bar type antennas in the AM radios of old. And they've determined that at 500 kilohertz, lightning has a detectable and predictable signature. And that's what it detects. And it's pretty much immune to static and noise and motor generated noise. And it will determine that the noise it heard was a true lightning strike. And then it can calculate how far away that strike was. It's a really smart chip for about $20.
Well, we had a reconnect on the telephone line there. I guess that's WB5B, or no, maybe it's not. Who do we have?
Yes, it is.
Is that who's on the phone? WB5B?
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw you drop off a minute ago and then reconnect here, so just want to say hi. So, what do you're down in Texas, I think. What do you got going down in Texas this week? Anything?
Well, we're on Whisper 20 meters all the time, 24 hours a day here.
Okay.
And I got the display so I can see it.
Uh-huh.
Even if I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and there is 20 meter activity on Whisper at that time of the morning.
Well, that's cool. We've really used a lot of
Right now, there's maybe 8 or 9 European, a couple of South Americans, and a station. I'm using a 350-foot horizontal loop that's only like 8 or 9 of the Earth. Very low loop.
Okay. Say there's a guy in a couple out in Hawaii, Australia. They got beverage antennas out there, and they can really copy some Whisper stuff out there. They usually pick us up always, no matter where we are.
It's pretty impressive the way those digital modes
W5
work with
KUB
super low
for,
power.
the last 24 hours, I can see what where it was copied. And evidently, you're too close to me right now for me to copy.
Well, and we're not transmitting. We don't transmitting during dark hours. We're solar power only.
No, I meant all day long today.
Yeah.
When it was transmitting.
Mm-hmm. Well, I started building up another tracker. I was thinking, well, hey, this has gone down. I got to get another one in the air. One of the things our show started about 2.5 years ago was to try to keep a balloon in the air all the time, and we've had some good successes. We've been around the world a few times on different flights. We want to go for the long ones, though. We really want to go for the 7, 8, 9, 10 times around, and we'll someday we'll have one. It just takes luck, basically, luck and good weather, and we'll get there.
Yeah, when
at 50,000 feet, you kind of took away a lot of the weather
you're
issues.
running 100 watts. I know that's not correct, but you're using that for your altitude or something?
Yeah, well, we're sending two different whisper transmissions. One is the call letters, W5KUB, and that gives us the 4-digit grid square. And there's also, as you mentioned, a power there. You're probably seeing 50 dB. Well, that's not 50. That's not 50 dB. That's like we're using that column to transmit some altitude back. So we take that, and then we send another 2-minute whisper transmission with call letters, something like 1X8 XXX, and that sends back more fine-tuned altitude, and we combine the two together to get the exact altitude. And also on the second transmission, we get the 5th and 6th digit grid square, which regular whisper doesn't do. So we can actually see that we're in Echo Mike 55 dB, and we can narrow it down to about a 2-mile square box with 6 digit. And with that second transmission, we also send our voltage. One of the characters in there, it goes A through Z. For instance, like the 1X8, if it was A, if the next letter was A through Z, that would be voltage from 1.8 up to 3.7 or something. So we're using that, combining it here on the Earth with the computer program, and then we're sending that over to APRS, and we're plotting it on APRS with all that data.
Yeah. Okay. So evidently, I shouldn't be when I'm looking for my Whisper Spot database. I shouldn't say. Excuse me. I shouldn't say search for call W5KUB, which I have been doing.
Well, no, you're right there. There's two calls that we transmit. One is W5KUB. You got to have that one, and then there's another one there's a second one, which is the first digit's a 1 and the third digit's an 8. So you got 1X8 XXX. That could be any letter of the alphabet in the place of the X's. So that 1X8 brings the rest of the data to us. And you'll actually see that on Whisper if you knew what it was. Now it's going to change. It will change from time to time. For instance, if our voltage changes or if our grid square changes, that 1X8 is going to change to maybe instead of 1X8 XDB, it might be 1X8 XDE or something like that. So it's going to always be changing. But our program here knows to look for the 1X8. It pulls that out, combines it, matches the spreadsheet, puts it all together, converts it to real numbers, and then we send it to APRS.
Okay, well, we'll play with that. And I was also looking at that thing with the winds aloft, and that was bringing some very interesting stuff there too.
Yeah. I don't know if you're on our Facebook. Are you on our Facebook group? Do you do Facebook?
I believe so. I'm not looking at it right now.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say I'll post the that second call letters in our Facebook group. I'll post it. It might be good for it may be good for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 transmissions, but once it moves into another grid square, that's going to change. But I'll post it, and you can look it up on Whisper, and you can see it.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Using a lot of different technology here. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's interesting that we're up at the 50,000+ feet. Typically, nobody flies that. Nothing has been able to fly there in a pico balloon. I mean, these aren't weather balloons. Weather balloons that go, we've flown weather balloons to 108,000 feet or higher. But a balloon to float, typically there's been nothing out there that will float higher than about 43 to 45,000. And somehow in this flight, we actually kind of broke the glass ceiling with this last balloon. And I think our best has been 50,500 and something. So we hope it sticks in right around there the whole time. It's going to vary about 100 to 200 feet from as it moves, but it's going to be pretty consistent.
So you're getting balloon data, and you're also getting RF data. Both on the 2-meter stuff and the 20-meter stuff.
Yeah, well, actually, we're not getting it on 20 meters. I mean, on the VHF on Whisper, because we're collecting that data off the Whisper database on HF, and we're converting it and we're sending it through the internet to APRS.FI, which combines all that, and it gives you the bigger picture of all the things like speed, course direction, solar voltage, altitude, things like that, maybe temperature. In fact, NOAA is using some of the pico balloon information because when they launch these weather balloons, they don't have a balloon everywhere every minute, and it'd be hard to really think that they know what the speed is of the wind, every single altitude at every single coordinate on the Earth. They can't do it. So I think our data is helping them some way. I don't know how. They must be pretty smart to figure that out.
It's expanding the thought process too. We always think of wind right at ground level. That's the only one we were ever worried about. But all of a sudden, there's all these other winds that are going in other directions. And of course, when you look at some of those models, especially where the Mississippi River comes into play, the wind right above the Mississippi River is doing different things than the rest of the wind around it.
Memphis is built on bluffs. We're about our elevation this side of the river is about 300 feet higher than the ground on the west side of the Mississippi River. And because of that, I think when we get big storms coming through here, they're kind of heading northeast. They kind of just barely skim by Memphis. They kind of miss us, but they almost follow that river, up to the northeast. And
they generally split and go north or south as it crosses the river.
Yeah.
But the bad weather very rarely will go through the heart of downtown Memphis.
Yeah.
It'll normally pass north or south. It even passes south of me. And I'm probably about 10, 15 miles south of Memphis, 10 miles south of Memphis maybe.
Yeah, Tim Toast said he noticed that the tracker was showing 100 watts. Believe me, it's not 100 watts. It's 10 milliwatts. 10 milliwatts, and we did one flight. I built a 100 milliwatt amplifier, and we did run 100 milliwatts on one of them. I didn't get to try it out much, but we try to hold the weight down, and every tenth of a gram we try to shave off. And I could put a 100 milliwatt amplifier on there for less than 1 gram addition, but you know, when the tracker's already transmitting 9,000 miles and it's being picked up everywhere in the world, you really don't need that 100 milliwatts. So it's probably kind of useless to even think about doing it.
Yeah, I mean, at that level, you know, Whisper's such a good, you know, method to send that extra 90 milliwatts really isn't going to buy you all that much. Not when you're virtually line of sight at 50,000 feet.
You know, there's a couple bad areas actually that are still on on Whisper, and that's the stands. All those stands over in central South Russia, you know, Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, and all those stands. They must have something in the sand over that sucks the signals out because. Yeah,
well, actually, it's more than likely just that first hop of propagation puts you into a dead zone.
Yeah, it when it gets into there, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough, and a lot of people will actually tune in. Sometimes we will tune into a Russian SDR receiver up in Russia, and we can copy it. But the stands are kind of bad, although we get pretty good results out of the stands. At the middle of Pacific, it can get bad at times. I guess it depends on the time of day you're crossing that area, whether it's nighttime or daytime. That's going to affect, the propagation too.
Well, you also have to realize that it's totally dependent on stations running the Whisper receivers that'll, give you those spots on those tracking sites.
Yeah.
So there just may not be a lot of people running tracking stations in the stands.
In the 1960s, I had a friend who was balloon rated pilot instructor. And this guy almost always was able, when he was piloting the balloon, he was almost always able to come back at the spot that he launched from, almost every time, by reading the winds, and carrying himself back. That was a really neat trick, I thought. He didn't really need chase scars like most of the balloons needed, to go catch them. He would almost, at least 9 out of 10, he would always come back to the same spot where he launched. A really great trick, I thought.
That's some pretty impressive calculations and math right there.
Well, when we launched that high altitude balloon, the one that went up 108,000, it burst, it came down. The model that we ran showed us exactly where it was coming down. We launched it up in Tennessee. We knew it was coming down in Mississippi. We headed down there to recover it. Before it got there, we went to McDonald's. We had breakfast, and we were waiting on it to come down here. And as it hit different altitude, it took an hour and a half to get up there. Let's see what we got here. Mark is getting in here. It took us an hour and a half to reach altitude. It popped, and it took another hour and a half to fall. And at the different altitudes as it's coming down, the wind's blowing different directions, at different altitudes. And the model was so good, the actual track matched the model almost perfectly. Hello, Mark. How you doing, Mark?
Unmute yourself.
Yeah. Forget about that. I was on Google earlier and it was unmuted. So
okay.
I just want to say hello. And I joined late, so I do not know if Bill Brown or you have made an announcement concerning GPSL.
Concerning what was that?
the Great Plains Super Balloon launch.
Bill has announced it a time or two. I don't have. If you want to, go ahead and.
Yeah, not tonight.
Well, you can do it tonight. He can announce it.
No, I mean it hasn't been announced.
No,
tonight.
no, not tonight.
Oh, okay.
Bill's not here. So if you want to tell us, Mark, when it is, that'd be great.
Yeah, basically, due to this is from Bill Brown. It says, due to the super high gas prices and the resurgence of COVID-19 back into the high range, we've decided to make the GPSL 2022 a virtual Zoom event, just like last year.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
So
well, that's cool.
Conference talk will be on July 15th. That's on Friday. And they'll also be doing live streaming of multiple launches on Saturday, July 16th. So Bill's calling for papers at this time. If you'd like to give a talk at GPSL 2022, please respond to the GPSL group or Bill Brown directly, and with your talk title. And he also says, if you plan on to do a launch in your area on Saturday, July 16th, please post details of your flight. And if you've got an intention to do a live release on Zoom or stream it, by all means, I think that they would want to share that video too.
Yeah.
But just wanted to kind of mention that that just came out today, so it's kind of a new announcement about it. It's kind of a shame we're not going to be doing it from Lafayette, Indiana this year, but totally understand the situation behind it there. So I just wanted to pop in and mostly kind of let people know what changes happened.
Well, that's great, and I'm sure Bill will be back with us probably next week, and we'll talk more about it. Hey, what do you think about the ants, man, and the 50,000 plus they're flying right now? What do you think, man?
Oh, that's totally amazing. I'd given it up for dead just like you had.
I mean, I tell you, I have been trying for 2 years or longer. I kept saying I want to fly 55. And there's a way that I said, I know it can be done, but man, we built balloons, we netted them, we did everything. They kept exploding in the shop in here. And I'm working with some balloon guys out west that professionally do balloons that lift thousands of pounds, and they run 100 million cubic feet of gas in their balloons. And I mean, they're big guys, you know. And they do balloons for these 3-letter agencies like the FBI and the CIA and places like that, you know. So I've been really working with them, and we've really been working hard to try to get higher than that 45,000 foot ceiling that we're all stuck at. And I don't know, man. I pressurized this balloon, I stretched it, and I'm thinking, man, this sucker's a little big. I don't know, but it's holding up. It's holding up. We're in the 4th day now.
I'm rooting for you,
man. It's going to go the wrong way, though. You know, like, you're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. So how do they know where we're going? You know, so if you watch the movie,
different.
If you watch the movie, let me see what I got. Maybe some people know what I'm talking about. I'll put him up. You know. You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. That was planes, trains, and automobiles. They were going the wrong way on the interstate. And they said, well, how does he know where we're going, you know? Oh, man. So, anyway, we are going the wrong way. I looked at, man, let me tell you. I mean, you know, the jet stream's pretty good down lower, but I think we're above it. And there are westerly winds at that altitude all the way around. So I don't know if we're going to go around backwards or not.
Well, you're going to turn it south and visit Charlie.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen here, but...
Well, it almost looks like it's sort of following the circulation around that high pressure system, but not if it's predicted to go down to the southwest further.
Well, this was the prediction. That was the prediction right there. But look what they revised it, and
yeah, that's what I mean. The revision is now breaking out of that high pressure system.
Yeah.
So that may not be the steering currents that it's into.
Well, I don't know, but again, I think we're right above it. and we're not catching much wind, that's for sure.
Well, you got to have air to get wind, and it's so thin at 50-something thousand feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened yesterday, man. I'm kind of thinking, and some people are thinking it's a solar deal that hit. I don't know.
That would be my guess. Just one of those things, because it's at the same altitude as it was before it went quiet.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's bouncing or losing altitude or anything. It was just a dead day.
All right, everybody out there, you're listening to After the Show. We're on WBCQ shortwave on 7490. Hey, love to hear from you. Send us an email, tom@w5kub.com. Tell us where you are. We don't have a real powerful station. We're only 50,000 watts, but it is heard in a number of countries. So I hope you're hearing it out there. All right. Well, we may close this show down just a little early tonight.
Yes, I must leave soon or right now.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right.
Yeah, so I have to move tonight. So okay. It was great listening to you as usual. So see you on Tuesday.
All right, and remember, man, get you a camera. Or you're gonna keep racking up demerits if you don't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'll try.
All right, man.
Okay.
We'll see you. Good night.
Adios, amigo.
Ciao.
Night.
Hasta luego.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Well,
Just out of curiosity, Tom, you heading to North Carolina soon?
oh, I'm not. I think Kathy is, and the daughters and granddaughters. They're going to make a girls' trip over.
I had a candidate on Saturday evening from Western North Carolina there. I mentioned a few places such as Tuckasegee, Cullowhee, and Silver, and you're gonna laugh. He lives in Cullowhee.
Does he? Well, that's just right up the road. Yeah.
I told him, I says, now that you passed your exam, I says, drive down to Tuckasegee, find Pastor Jeff, and tell him hello for me.
yeah. Well, Jeff.
So are you doing remote VE sessions?
What's that?
Are you doing remote VE sessions?
I am, sir. I have 255 sessions since August of 2021.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, I have a session every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. There were a couple in the middle of the week. Next week, I mean, everybody's foaming at the mouth. They want to get it done before the question pool changes on 30 June.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, I was able to get my VE renewed because my license, was renewed, and so I got my new ID badge and everything. That came in the mail like yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. Up at Dayton, they had the VE group there, and I walked up and said, what do I need to do to get this renewed? And, who do I need to talk to or whatever? And they were like, give us your call sign, write renewal on the form, we'll handle it. It was done.
I renewed my license in December.
Yeah, because you mentioned, contacting somebody at headquarters.
Yeah,
and before I got around to there, I went to Dayton, and they took care of it for me.
I stuck the renewal letter on one of my test packages that we did in August, and they said that they couldn't do it before 60 days, I believe it is, from the expiration of the license. So they said, we'll hold on to it, but we'll send it to you.
They're good people. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Well, I just got a sticker. I mean, I didn't need a new badge, but I got.
I didn't need a new badge, but they just completely redid my badge for me.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, I'm
Well,
special, okay?
You must have impressed Maria.
I don't know. All I can tell you is the folks on the publications and marketing side, we have so much fun when we're together up there and I'm doing book signings and the meet the author thing. We have so much fun in that little group the whole weekend. So yeah, it's fun. I enjoy doing that, and we just seem to have a big blast in that little corner of the building.
Well, hey, Glenn, speaking of fun, man, I don't believe it, but Huntsville's coming up soon.
I know. I've got my forum about 99% done. Matter of fact, you saw a couple pictures from the forum in my little slideshow earlier, but I'm not going to make an effort to point them out to you. But yeah, I've got that PowerPoint about 90% done. I'm ready to go. It's going to be an all new forum that nobody's seen or heard about. I mean,
yeah,
I'm the only one that even knows what it's about at this point, and I'm trying to figure out how I can word the forum description without giving it away. Because it's going to be a big surprise, and I highly recommend that you probably want to video that thing and use it as a segment, because it's not going to be an Arduino presentation that anybody has seen before.
We will try to do that, and maybe somebody here in the chat room, some of our friends that are going to be there in Huntsville with us, can help us with that and be the cameraman and go in the forum and get that for us. And then, hey, we'll even play it back live a little later that day, you know. But, cool. Man, I need to start getting prizes lined up. We're going to do big Huntsville again this year, guys, and we'll have a lot of prizes we'll give away. We'll have a lot of fun. So,
well, I'm planning to stay over through Sunday.
We do too.
This year.
We always stay through Sunday now, so we're not in a rush out. And
yeah, it's
nice having an extra day there.
Yeah, I'm going to go over Friday and spend Friday at the Space and Rocket Center, and then do the Ham Fest Saturday and Sunday morning, and then drive home after the Sunday drawings.
What's that, a 5-hour drive for you then?
No, it's about 4 hours, 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's not far.
And Rodan's getting her VHF UHF rig brought home from Huntsville. Yeah, she's decided that the FT-101 is great for HF, but she wants a new satellite setup. So she's going to get herself an ICOM 9700 there at Huntsville.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. I've got the antennas and the rotor and everything. I just don't. I sold my Yaesu FT847, and it was in preparation for the 9700. So that's going to come home with me from Huntsville. But I'm going to be staying over, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Huntsville this trip. Just taking it real nice and easy and relaxing.
Did you get in the Von Braun Center? I mean, the embassy?
No, they required like a 3-night stay, and it's $200-something a night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going for the cat show here in 2 weeks, and I'm staying at the La Quinta down near the Rocket Center, and it's like $80 a night. And I'm like, I love the Von Braun Center, but I don't love it $400 or $500 a weekend more.
I stayed at the Homewood Suites down there on Gallatin Street there.
Yeah.
It was a 5, maybe 10-minute walk to the Van Braun Center, and I didn't worry. The car was there, and
but the prices on all of those hotels in that area are through the roof this year.
Oh yeah, that new one there across the street finally built.
I believe it is, but its prices are through the roof as well.
I'm sure.
So I'm just going to stay down the road there, down near the Rocket Center in the hotel complex that I know, because I've been going there for the cat shows for years, and the Drury's there at the Rocket Center and whatever. and I'll get an $80 or $90 a night room instead of a $200 a night room, and that'll let me buy more stuff at the Ham Fest. I mean, I love, the Embassy Suites. I dearly love, the walk just across to the show hall, but not $200 a night worth. That's a little pricey. And there's a 3-day minimum. At that time, I hadn't planned to stay 3 nights. And even now, I only plan to stay 2 nights. I mean, it was 3-night minimum, and I'm like, forget this. I don't know what planet they're coming from this year.
They're building a new one there that's going to have a walkway connecting in like the Embassy.
Yeah. Hopefully it won't be as expensive, and maybe the Embassy Suites will try to be a little more competitive. But this year, they're not even trying.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
We'll go down Thursday. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go down Thursday.
Yeah, I'll go down first thing Friday morning.
Friday is set up, so
yeah.
First thing Friday morning, I'll just jump in the truck, pull it around here, and pull it inside, and we'll be set up by 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, see, for me, it's just I leave the house, right after breakfast and get there probably about 11 or so and spend the afternoon there at the Rocket Center and then go to the hotel.
Yeah.
At least that's what I did last year. That's a lot of fun. I mean, I've been to the Space and Rocket Center, a couple times now, but there's always something new or something you missed the last time. Plus, it's just a cool place to hang out.
Well, I need to call our friend astronaut Doug Wheelock to see if I can't get him down to Huntsville. He's been going to Dayton with us the last 8 years, except we didn't do anything this year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see if I can't talk him into coming down to Huntsville. He took his helicopter training in the Army there at Redstone, there at Huntsville. And NASA's got a lot of stuff going on there at Huntsville. So he should be able to figure out a way to get a business trip down there,
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So, Doug, if you're watching the show tonight, man, we want to see you. I got a place in the booth. Come on down.
Yeah, Huntsville is definitely one of my absolute favorite ham fests.
Yep, mine too.
And I love the fact that it's all indoors and air conditioned, so you don't have to be out in that heat at all. So that's of Dayton and Orlando, that's the only one that's completely air conditioned, and I dearly love that.
There's the Rocket Center right there. 2019.
Yep.
Joe Eisenberg and I went down there on Thursday.
They actually let you on that little moon rover?
Hell yeah.
Surprised you didn't steal it.
Wow.
No, there was a guy there with a gun.
Oh man.
But yeah, they've got some cool things. I like the Apollo capsule they had that you could actually climb into.
Right.
That was pretty slick. And out back, they've got the lunar lander out in the asphalt, and that's how you know that they faked the moon landing, because you can see the grass growing out of the asphalt on the moon lander. Out back, that's where they filmed it. But yeah, I mean, I love that little outside exhibit, though. That you can see that Saturn V rocket, from miles away. You're coming into town. I'm coming in from the west, and as soon as you see that, you're like, we're almost there.
Yep. All right, guys, I think we're going to probably shut it down. We're about 10 minutes before we normally close.
Nice little kitty.
There you go.
We're gonna go ahead and shut it down.
Mine gave up and ran off.
Thanks to everybody that's tuned in tonight and watched us. Thanks to everybody in the chat room. We had a good time with you tonight, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Come back. Yeah, 8 o'clock
take
next
care
Tuesday.
now.
All right, we'll see you.
Good night, everybody, and hey, tune in tomorrow to see if W5KB 112 is still in the air. We got our fingers crossed. I mean, we're flying in some critical areas here at 50,000 feet. This typically has not been done, and we just don't know how long it'll hold together. But it's held together for 3 or 4 days now, so we've got a good chance we may be able to keep it together there. 73,
that'd
everybody.
be nice if it stayed up for a while. Catch you later.
73. We'll see everybody. Good night, everybody.
At all.
That everybody.
Let's see. I'm gonna run a video. I think. Let me run a video here right at the end. Let's see. What have I got here? Here we go. No, wait a minute. I got a good one here somewhere. Here we go.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, and it will read his mind. There's the answer code.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks. So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
You didn't know what that was,
The cat
Glenn, and
is
his
connected
cat's there, so.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. We're gonna shut it down.
All right. See you later. Next week.